Okay. Let me try the chat. We got 2 minutes before we begin, and again, if you haven't entered the contest, those have to be in by 8 to be fair. Stephanie says hi. Hey Stephanie, thanks for joining us. And you've got like probably a minute and a half. So go to ChillerNight.com, go to the contest page, write contest in the subject line and the email at the bottom, chiller_night@outlook.com, and then write your name. So you've got a minute, probably a little over a minute. No pressure there. If you want to enter to win 2 free passes to Zombie Outbreak. That right there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, 7:59. And we will begin the Chiller Night Live program. Oh, I got an email. Was that it? Nope, not it. Not it. Okay, about 20 seconds. All right, in the meantime, let's make sure everything's set up. I think it is. I think we're doing pretty good. And it's about that time. Here we go. Hey everybody, this is Brian Hogue. Welcome to the Chiller Night Live online show, where from 8 p.m. Eastern Time until a few minutes shy of, well, actually until all the way up till 9. I'm used to saying that, but there's no programming that follows this that I need to worry about. Joe Expo says, hi, Brian. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Joe Expo. Thanks for joining us. So tonight is kind of a very unique night. It's the first night that this has happened, and I'm hoping somebody on Facebook communicates to me, because I'm trying this first night on Facebook that I've actually, normally I'd get up here and I'd set things up and I'd be sharing the pages and all that, but now tonight was the first night that I saw. I don't know if this is a new feature or if this is just the first time that I've known this to happen, and I'm not seeing any Facebook comments yet, but that I can actually multi-stream from different Facebook pages. So if anybody's out there on Facebook, give me a thumbs up, give me something. Brian, I'm watching you on your page. Thank you. All right, appreciate that, Brian. Bonehead says, hey, Brother Brian, I finally remembered you're on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. All right, thank you, Bonehead. Thanks for joining us. Tom says, hey, all. Okay, cool. Now, that's Brian on my page, on Brian Hogue's page, this guy. Now, how about others? Now, I also have this on the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page and the Chiller Night Escape Experience. So, Roger says, good evening, I'm back. Hey, Roger, thanks for joining us. Roger, are you on the Chiller Night Theater page tonight? I'm just wondering. You can give me a thumbs up if you don't mind, or something to indicate that, because I am really curious. I mean, that's pretty cool if I can get comments from all three. I'm multi-streaming to 4 different platforms. I guess you could say 3 Facebook pages, and not sharing, but actually streaming directly onto those pages. The Brian Hogue's page, Chiller Night Theater's page, and the Chiller Night Escape Experience page. And of course, also with the ChillerNight YouTube channel. Bunhead says, "Hey, hello, Tom and the ChillerNight crew." Hey, Bunhead. All right. So once we get a few more, um, John says it's Tuesday night and something new for the new year. This is Crozak the Grand, and it's time for ChillerNight. And now here's Brian Hogue. Well, thank you, Crozak the Grand. Yes, Tuesday night. It is a bit different, isn't it? But it says, I'm seeing and hearing you 5 by on YouTube. Hearing you 5 by on YouTube? What? Tom says, obviously you're not streaming on the ChillerNight page. Not the group. Oh, I wonder if I could. I wonder, you mean the ChillerNight group page? I wonder if I could do that. I'll have to try that for next week because I'm afraid to touch it now. Brian Hogue, I got your ping. Or Renee says, all right, cool. All right, so it works. Oh, ping late. All right. Hey, it's working though. That's all that matters. Yes, don't see it there. Right? No, I didn't. I didn't think to do that one. It didn't make a sound. Renee says. Well, we just started it up, so I'm glad you jumped on here. 5 by, a military term for reading you loud and clear. All right, I wasn't sure what you were saying there. All right, cool. Well, let's start off with, come on, Brian, you remember when you were in the service and they tell you you have your hearing you 5 by 5. Yeah, it's been a while. I wasn't expecting a military term, though, on here. That's what threw me off a little bit. I wasn't on the same page with you momentarily. Rocky John says, how you doing? Just joined now. Hey, Rocky, thanks for joining us. We're doing well. What we're going to do is we're going to, of course, we talk about things, horror, science fiction, anything under the chiller umbrella, I guess you could say. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show the schedule, and sometime very soon in the upcoming minutes, I'm going to draw the names from the hat of Jack Shadow. Don't you dare tell him I have this. And we're going to draw a winner for the ChillerNight Escape Experience, my horror-themed escape rooms, for a 2-ticket giveaway for the Zombie Outbreak Escape Room. So, let's see. OGE Brian Hogue. Hey, Renee. All right, so here is the schedule for this coming Saturday night. That will be on January 21st at 9 p.m. on Stream TV. Now, you can watch that by going to streammedia.tv at 9 p.m. The 9 o'clock movie is Snow Beast. And then the next movie is at 10:40. And that's because these movies are back-to-back, okay? Samson versus the Vampire Women. And then at 12:25 in the morning, Jesse James meets Frankenstein's daughter. And then at 2 a.m., the movie is Kill, Baby, Kill. And I'm pretty sure Jack Shadow is hosting all of those for this Saturday night. So I hope you get a chance to check that out again on Stream TV at streammedia.tv. So, Rocky says, how's Facebook going? So far, so good as far as I know. Now, I still am curious if, John, you, Crozak the Grand, you were on here earlier. You were just typing a minute ago. Are you on the ChillerNight Theater Facebook page? Because I know Brian is on Brian Hogue's Facebook page. Just kind of curious. John says, today is Carolyn Monroe's birthday, star of The Golden Voyage of Sinbad with John Philip Law and Tom Baker. And James Earl Jones, that's right. I did see that with Carolyn Monroe. And then also with James Earl Jones. He's in his 90s, isn't he? Man, he's getting up there. Rocky says, is Stream Media for free? Yes, it's completely free. just go to check it out at streammedia.tv. And that is where you'll find Chiller Night Theater every Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. And it runs all the way until, well, depending on what time that last movie, how long that last one is, an hour and a half normally, so about 3:30 in the morning. And again, basically these are back to back. There might be, if there's any gap at all, it might be one or 2 minutes, just so that I could begin them on a 5-minute increment there. But Renee says, I smashed the thumbs up button. Thank you. All right, yes, yes. Renee says, Shin Ultraman. Oh, that's right. We were in a big discussion about Ultraman and all that stuff last week. I have to ask you. I'll get to the contest part, and then I wanna know if you saw the Ultraman movie, and if so, how was it? John says, I have bounced from the ChillerNight page to your homepage, and I can see you on both. All right, awesome. Now, Tom jogged my memory on another page that I'll have to try for next week when I do this, and if I can do that to the ChillerNight group page as well, because we're on 4 different pages, 3 Facebook pages and YouTube channel. So, and I kind of forgot to do that. I was just I just forgot. I forgot. But we'll get that for next week. At least I hope so. I'm going to try and see if I can do that many. John says, I have bounced from, Rocky's, I read that one. Rocky says, question, you still going to have Chiller Night on Tuesday nights? When is your next Chiller Night? Thanks. Well, the Chiller Night Theater, I do not have any more new episodes. There's quite a bit of them on YouTube that you can watch, if YouTube hasn't taken them down by now. No, there are quite a bit on YouTube, but I don't have any new ones in production. So I guess I can maybe chat about that a little bit tonight. Jack Shadow retired as host of Chiller Night Theater in October, just a short while ago. So don't see any. Don't have any plans on any new episodes, but like he said, as he was signing off for the last time, never say never. So I guess that's the best I could put it, is never say never. Maybe after I get all the escape rooms and haunted house built, constructed wise, I would actually have time to maybe revisit the idea of doing that show again. But there's just too much on my plate right now. But so we'll just keep playing these over for a while, and then we'll see what's going to happen. We'll just see what's going to happen. So Stephanie says, I'm new here. Well, thanks for joining us. I appreciate you stopping in and seeing what this is all about. Basically, it is horror, science fiction discussion. A lot of times we just kind of branch off. Like Renee is saying she saw Ultraman. The new Ultraman movie, which is so weird. I didn't even know that there was a new Ultraman movie. Anything that's somewhat related to horror, science fiction, Stephanie. So, but Shin Ultraman, she says it was freaking phenomenal. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Still haven't seen Avatar 2 3D yet. I haven't either. I haven't been to the theater in a while. John says, I miss Shin Ultraman in the theater, but it's coming to DVD soon. Cool. Bonin says, welcome to Chiller Night crew, Miss Stephanie. Yes, welcome. I hope you, if you looking for something to do on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I hope you become one of our regular chiller maniacs. We just, like I say, we just kind of get together. We go over the schedule too. We do have programming that's on every Saturday night. I used to have the pre-show up until earlier this month. The pre-show was always on Saturday night, but then it was running from 8 to 9. Then the programming was starting at 9. That made a lot of sense to do it that way. However, because I have an escape room business, it's pretty busy on Saturday nights, so there's no way for me to be doing the show on Saturday nights, at least for now. So if you guys are, if we're good with having it on Tuesdays, maybe after a while that can switch back and things can go back to how they were. But right now, it's going to have to be Tuesday, I suppose, for now. Brian says, I saw Shin Ultraman. If you're a fan of Ultraman, you will not be disappointed. I am a fan of Ultraman, so I would like to see that. Oh, Brian said it. Okay. Renee says, hello, Stephanie. Renee says, Jack Shadow. I've got Jack's hat right here, and I'm about to do a drawing for the ChillerNight Escape Experience. If you don't know what the heck, what is that he's talking about? Is this it? Yeah, here's my logo. I have an escape room business called ChillerNight Escape Experience, horror-themed escape room. So tonight's first drawing will be for the only drawing tonight will be for 2 free passes, a giveaway to my escape room, Zombie Outbreak. That's the first escape room. I am working on a second and will have a third, as well as a haunted house. Now that's my plan. That's my plan. The mall in which I have my business is we're not sure which way that's going with the new ownership. If there is new ownership, if there's not new ownership, I guess we're a little in the air with that. So that's my plan. I don't know about the powers that be, what their plans are, but that's the way we're going with it. Jason says, never say never. Say it ain't so, Jack. Never say never. That's all I can say. Renee says, Jason, good that you're on here joining us, by the way. Renee says, no more Terror Tuesday live movie chats. Oh, too bad. Oh no, we'll be here every Tuesday. It's just that if I'm able to switch this back over to a Saturday night thing down the road, then yeah, I was just missing too many shows because I was, 30 miles away at my escape room, and there was no way I could keep up with doing the pre-show without canceling the show for an entire week. Rocky says, good crew. Awesome. Yes, very much. Bonus says, Miss Stephanie Press, we're a pretty good and entertaining group here. Make yourself comfortable and feel free to join in with comments, opinions, and views. We welcome all. We definitely do. Yes. Appreciate anybody who just hangs their hat with us for the hour, for the week. And speaking of hats, here we go. I have, okay, that would do this. Jack Shadow's hat. I'm just going to reach in. I'm going to grab the name of those who, these are the names who actually filled out the contest, okay? The contest entries online. So, and this was the hour in which I was going to draw the name. So here we go. The winner is Mandy McDonald. So, Mandy, you won 2 free passes to the ChillerNight Escape Experience Zombie Outbreak. So there you have it, Mandy. All right, now I will be notifying you by email, and then those who didn't, I will notify them as well. But if you signed up for it and you didn't win this week, we'll be doing another one next month. So I'll be doing this. I'll be doing another one in February, and we'll just see. Maybe by then we'll have spread the news a little bit, and we'll have I don't know. Maybe this will be kind of a fun, successful thing that we'll see how it goes. I'm fairly new at running an escape room business. My background is with haunted houses, haunted attractions, and been doing that since 2006. And I just started with the escape room business opening up in August. So Jason says, did the movie theater in the Cranberry Mill close? And are there any theaters open in Venango County anymore? Yes, the movie theater did close. Sunday was its last day, and it is done. It is done. That's so weird. They've been out there. Well, the theater. This was a these haven't been the owners since the beginning, but it's just weird to think that there's not an operating theater out there right now. Any theaters open in Venango County anymore? That's a good question. I really don't know. I don't know, Jason. To be honest with you, I really don't. Um, let's see. Renee says Shin Godzilla. What is that? Another one? Is that another one they're making? Another Godzilla movie? But it's someone do a drum roll quick. Someone do a drum roll? Who needs a drum roll? Oh, was that for the hat? Was that for pulling the name? Oh my gosh. I'm really behind in these comments. Okay. Tom says, isn't your screen supposed to be full of logos? Not that I'm eating any Vicelli pizza or anything. Yeah, they are, but I updated this. I had an update with OBS, and I just didn't put the logos back on there. So this is what I got, and they've been off since I did the update. But it says, one Sean Bond, good to hear from you. It's been a long time since I did. Hopefully you're doing well. Renee's doing the drums there. I want that hat, Tom says. I'm sure Jack wants it back too. Again, don't tell him I have it. Look at this thing. This thing is so old. This was the original. Actually, I got this in 2005. I've had several, but this was one of the original hats. And I have a newer version, but and then I wore it a couple times, but it just wasn't the same. It didn't have the same feel. So I kept and I kind of like it dinged up a bit like that. So Renee with the hat, the 2 free passes. Let's see. Bonet says, did Jack Shadow wear a hat? Honest to God, I can't remember. He did most of the time. Now, sometimes he didn't. But most of the times he did sport a little dapper-looking hat, such as that. Well, it was that. It was that. ChillerNight Live rocks, Renee says. All right, thank you. Thank you, Renee. SBC says, we talked about the escape room commercial last week. Idea. An actress in a white lab coat tells the viewer looking straight into the camera that they need to find a way to escape and stop the virus. I have thought about using actors, in that, but it's just, honestly, like right now, it's just, it's weird. It's weird. It's like I'm on a little island most of the time. It just seems like everything I'm doing by myself. I'm the only one, available to work. And granted, they're my projects, but still, that's why I'm trying to kind of build a more active community. You guys are wonderful, of course, but even more of a local community. That's why I wanted to put this on the Brian Hogue Facebook page as well as the others. And Tom, you mentioned something about this going. I forgot. I don't know. Is this to the public? Yes. Okay, it is. It is to the public. No, that's a good idea, SBC. Brian says Shin Godzilla is 2 years old. Jason says Shin Godzilla was a good movie. I haven't seen Shin Ultraman yet. Well, Renee says it was freaking phenomenal. Renee says Shin Godzilla came out before Shin Ultraman, but it's set in the same monster timeline. Really? You know, we were talking about some of these guys last week, and the one thing I looked this up today, and I was going to post this, and I didn't get to it. The the height chart. I never realized that Spectreman. Remember, some of you might remember Spectreman, was so much larger. It was like twice as tall as Ultraman. I didn't know that. I thought they were about the same height. But just wanted to share that with you. Somebody might think that's interesting. Bonin says, yeah, that was for the hat, Brian. LOL, better late than never. Yeah, that's what I figured. As soon as I'm playing the drum roll, I'm thinking, wait a minute. I think that was supposed to be for me, but I didn't get to it yet. Sorry. But next time I do this, I'll do another one in February. I'll build it up quite a bit more, and we'll have a big drawing contest here. Renee says, Brian is the best horror sci-fi host. Ah, thank you, Renee. Wow. Appreciate that. He's the second best. Jack Shadow's the best, Tom says. Yeah. Okay. I can't argue there. Let's see. Brett says, what's up, Brian? Hey, Brett. Thanks for joining us. How are you doing tonight? What's up, Brian? I am doing well, Brett. How are you doing tonight? I appreciate you joining us. You just missed, or maybe you didn't just miss. I have a delay on here, so I don't know. But I just had a drawing for 2 free passes for the zombie outbreak at the Cranberry Mall. Where is my zombie outbreak store? Oh, here we go.
ChillerNight Escape Experience presents Zombie Outbreak Escape Room. You and your team are a group of scientists sent to inspect a top-secret laboratory hidden inside a military bunker. Sinister experiments have resulted in reanimating the dead. The facility is now swarming with the living dead, and you have 1 hour to escape, or be overrun by zombies. Do you have what it takes to survive a zombie outbreak? Book your escape room appointment to find out. Book online at ChillerNight.com or call 814-209-8214. Gift certificates are available at the store counter.
I was actually trying to hit this. I hit the commercial. So, well, you got to see the ad anyway, so. Let's see. Tom says, I think you need to get Mila Jovovich to be in your escape room commercial. Yes, the girl from Resident Evil, right? Bonus says, hey, February is my birthday. Oh, is that right? Well, you should enter to win 2 free giveaway tickets. Maybe you'll get them on your birthday. SBC says, I didn't enter the giveaway. I'm on the other side of the planet. Oh, no. Tom said, maybe eventually I'll get this thing online somehow, you know. You never know. Some places do that. I can't imagine that being as fun, but you never know. I suppose if you were an avid video game player, which there are many, that might just be second nature for you. To be sitting there doing all your activities and experiencing that entertainment on a screen. I'm not there yet, and I don't know if I mean, other than watching TV, but to actually, like, I'm not a video game player, so I don't know. But as I was saying that, like, I don't know if that would be a good thing, but I don't know. Video game players, they do that stuff, so maybe that's a little bit more natural for a lot younger people. I don't know, you know. Maybe it's not a bad idea. Renee says, hey, I saw this commercial. It's a good commercial. I like it. A little biased. Bonus says, yeah, belated happy birthday, Tom. It was a few weeks ago, wasn't it, before we went to Tuesday nights? I think it was. Oh, Tom says, Bone, 2024 is my birthday. Yeah, when was that? We did miss Tom's birthday. Tom made it another trip around the sun, so we wish him a happy belated birthday. Brad says it's a Chiller Night show with Brian Hogue starring Brian Hogue. And now here's Brian. What's on this Saturday on Stream TV, Brian? That's right. It's almost 8:30. We will throw the schedule back up. Kind of like to break up the show like that. This Saturday at 9 p.m. on Stream TV. And you can find that at streammedia.tv. That is free to access, free to watch. Streammedia.tv at 9 p.m. The movie is Snow Beast. Then at 10:40, the movie is Samson versus the Vampire Women. And then at 12:25, Jack Shadow hosts Jesse James meets Frankenstein's daughter. And then at 2 a.m., the movie is Kill Baby Kill. And Jack Shadow is actually hosting all of those. Now I say that because those of you who have been with me all along know that for the last year, quite a bit in 2022, I was stepping in for the big guy, and the big guy in this case meaning Jack Shadow. And I was...
ChillerNight Escape Experience presents Zombie Outbreak
What am I
Escape
doing?
Room. You and your team are a group of scientists sent to inspect a top-secret laboratory hidden inside a military bunker. Sinister experiment.
Hey, you almost saw that commercial the whole way through again. All right, so yeah, I was stepping in, and I was filling in for the one and only Jack Shadow on quite a bit of those. We were getting quite a bit done because I can do those. I could keep up with those quickly, doing it in that way. So maybe maybe every once in a while for a Tuesday night we'll do that. Maybe I'll don the old hosting attire, not this hosting attire with the, but maybe like I did with the tuxedo and stuff. But I'll still call it Chiller Night Live. There we go. Maybe we'll see. Because that one, the neat thing about that is I didn't have any prep time that went into that. It was just me essentially watching the movie with you. I had a few little things that I'd look up here and there, but it wasn't much. That I could easily keep up with. But Jack Shadow, there's just there was a lot to keeping a certain standard to what I wanted to see that character perform. So let's see. It was November. Tom says it was November. Wow, that time really flies. I wouldn't have thought it was back in November. Wow. Are you sure? No. Don't feel bad, SBC. Most people say I'm not from this planet. I'm thinking it's not a compliment. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Brett says, get out to the Cranberry Mall, everyone. Yeah, come on. Try a zombie outbreak. Bonus says, yeah, I remember now. Tom, Miss Glamfangs announced it to the group. Ah. Troy, hey, my brother Troy from Florida. There are virtual reality rooms down here in Florida. Screens let you see what the player sees. Almost as fun to watch as it is to play. That is kind of cool there because somebody had actually approached me with that idea this week. So I don't know. We'll see if I said, put a presentation together and show me what you can do. So we'll see if they get back to me. I hope they do. But LOL, Tom says, I do like that commercial though, no matter how often you play it. Yeah, it's the second time I hit it by accident. I mean, I don't mind showing it to you, but I gotta admit, I hit that by accident both times. But it says, Tom, won't you have a birthday in November of this year? That's why he said 2024. If you figured out how to put off aging, wow, I knew you were a technology expert, but son, you've taken it to a new level. Yeah. Bonus says, Troy, hello. Yes. Hey, Bonehead, Troy says. Troy, how are things in Florida tonight, huh? Actually, we're not doing too bad up here in this neck of the woods, northwest Pennsylvania. just just north of Pittsburgh. If any of you new viewers are wondering, just a stone throw north of Pittsburgh. Renee says, uh, Brian Hogue, whenever you have free time, I need you to Google Bob Wilkins and John Stanley creature features. Okay, I I I need to remember that. But yeah, I think that was. I think you might have mentioned them. Maybe it was just last week. That's something about that sounds familiar, or maybe I've seen them online or something. I don't know. But and Brad says we had so much fun when we were chiller on Facebook. You showed a lot of great horror movies. That was fun. I did have a good time. Um, I had a good time with that. Like I said, the whole thing with Tom says Scorpios rule. I'm a little partial to Leos, but sure. Lasercord says I have a birthday in November. Just kind of throw that out there. Scorpios unite. Okay. Troy says it's a chilly 62 degrees. Oh, my heart really bleeds for you there. Bonin says Miss Renee Cruz is having fun tonight, and she's right about creature features. I watch them on Wednesdays, Friday, and Saturday night. Ah, wow, cool. Yeah, I've seen you there, Bonehead. She says. Now, is that something that's live, or do they do a live show, or is this something that they just like upload at that time or activate at that time? Bonin says, well, Aquarians like me are all wet. Ron Jones says, hello to my fellow Pennsylvanian. I'm just outside Harrisburg. Ah, okay. On the other side of the state there. Well, welcome, and I appreciate you joining us here tonight, Ron. Yeah, I'm just a short distance north of Pittsburgh, the next county up, Butler County. Yeah, Troy, he's in Florida, where it's a chilly 62 degrees. Oh, that's so sad. Tom says, I'm on the Alabama side of Pennsylvania. Yeah, yeah. Well, how are things in Alabama tonight? Where's everyone from? I know some of you have mentioned Troy, of course, Florida, Tom, Alabama, Ron, Pennsylvania, east side there by Harrisburg. Laser, hello from State College. That's right. Renee's over in California. Brett's Venango County rules. Yeah, Brett's there at Venango County. Now that's the county. Okay, I'm in Butler County. Allegheny County, where Pittsburgh's at, is just to my south. Venango, where I have my escape room, is to the north. So I'm right in the middle. So whichever way I go, I'm doing a little bit of traveling. Tom says, rain, 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 and cold the past few days. Warmer and drier now. Ooh. Well, ours has not been too bad. In fact, I think it's supposed to get up near 60 in northwest Pennsylvania. Isn't that crazy? Sometime this week, I think. And then I think it's supposed to go back to feeling like winter. But I'm okay with it. I'm all right. Renee says, yes, Brian Hogue. Creature Features, whose host Vincent Van Dahl, Tangella, and Livingston do live horror shows, sci-fi shows every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, while the original Creature Features hosted by Alpha Omega Uploads. Ah, cool. I honestly, I wish I had a, I wish I had a crew. I wish I had more people involved, just because I wasn't able to keep up with things. It was such a pain. It was like treading water with cement boots on. It was really like trying to I was getting a little wore out, folks. That's what I'm saying. I had to just step back away from it and retire Jack Shadow. And I will say, if the show does come back, I want it to come back with Jack Shadow. I don't want to do the show, and because to me that's not Chiller Night Theater. But I don't mind standing in. But that wasn't what I wanted Chiller Night Theater to be. Um, we could maybe do an occasional movie here for Chiller Night Live, call it something like that. But after everything is constructed, the escape rooms, the haunted house, then I if somebody wants to approach me with a um, an idea, then I would listen. I don't know that I necessarily will initiate it, but I will. That's why I say never. Um, so. Brad says, will Jack Shadow come out of retirement in 2027 when the good movies like Dracula and Frankenstein enter the public domain? Is that in 2027? Is that when that happens? Well, he's going to have to then. Well, like I said, I would bring Jack out for like special reunion shows or maybe a Halloween special or something like that. Probably have to be pre-taped because I'll be spending my time in the haunted house on a Saturday night, in October. But I can see stuff like that. It just got to be too overwhelming for me to keep up with. Tom says, Tom, good one. That's being a real SARS hole, sarcastic a-hole. My late wife coined that term describing me. A SARS hole. Renee says, "Ha! Say hi, my fellow horror sci-fi enthusiasts. Bonehead, we all horror sci-fi fam friends." Yep. Tom says Dracula kicked it off in 1931. Right. So don't they go? They must not go an entire 100 years. Is that? I mean, I wonder why 2027. Brad says, you may never know. You never know. I may never know. I don't know. What? Bonehead says, Brian, it's a shame we all here in the Chiller Night crew don't live around you because maybe then we could all put together, form a crew and keep the show on and keep the spirit of Chiller Theater. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'd be lying if I said I mean, yeah, I'm already, I already miss it, but I'm keeping busy enough to where, um, I can't do much about it, But I guess once I get everything built, that might be, I might reconsider it at that time. But I don't know. That's something to see. But you know what? What would be neat is I would love if I brought it back. I would love to bring it back as a live show. I mean, have everything, like maybe even a crew of a couple people there. But I would love to have everything already set up. This was my intent. I actually wanted to do this before I got into the escape rooms last year, and then with the haunt and everything. I would like to have the set already up, and it's a live show Saturday night, 9 o'clock. Jack Shadow's there on set, talking to you, interacting with you as I'm doing right now, as he's done before, with the Friday Night Frights and then the Tuesday. I think that would be cool. But I just know I can't do it until I have everything constructed. Once everything's constructed and there, and I don't have to worry about any of that. Nothing is looming over my head at that point, and I could actually take a step back and say, okay, maybe I could reevaluate this. But Lasercorn says, by the way, if anyone is interested, there will be a sci-fi comic convention in State College on February 11th. I plan on being there. Cool. February 11th. What is that? That's a Saturday. All right. So, Lasercorn says a sci-fi comic convention in State College on February 11th. I plan on being there. All right, cool. You'll have to tell us how that went. Bonehead says, I don't know how Allians could put up with me, but, well, I guess I'd be the first one voted off. Voted off to Chiller Island, huh? I think you're safe. Renee says, I love comic convention conferences. Yeah, you know what conference I miss is, this is a magazine that I used to get. It was called Haunt World, and as a haunted house owner I used to get this back in like 2006, and I just started to get this again, and I just got this one actually today, and there was the Midwest Haunters Convention. Now they moved it to. Sometimes you'll see me wear this skull shirt with Midwest Haunters Convention. This was it. This is the Midwest Haunters Convention. But they moved it to Chicago. So before it was in Columbus, Ohio. And I loved that thing. I used to really, it was a big trade show. A big party, big costume party on Saturday night. They usually had some kind of little makeshift little haunt. It was only 1 or 2 rooms, but just something for fun at the party that you could walk through. And they used to bus us out, take like 4 or 5 buses. I don't, but to various haunted attractions in the Columbus, Ohio area, and these haunts would open up for us. Was the arrangement, and they were open to, some of them were open up to the public as well, like the Haunted Hoochie. We would go there, thousands of people there in line. Just a big field of buses, a bus upon bus upon bus, thousands and thousands of people. That's the kind of haunt I would like to have. I don't know if any of you have ever gone through that one or heard of that one, the Haunted Hoochie. It's one of those extreme haunts, which, that's not the kind of haunt I do, but I like those. To each his own. I don't know. I think it was a lot of fun. I had a great time in that one. Let's see. Bonuses. I think it'd be band laser. What? Oh, Renee says, I'm missing some. That's, let's see. Stephanie says, I'm going to Horror Hound Weekend in March. Horror Hound Weekend. Where's that at, Stephanie? In what state? What's that, Steph? Lasercorn says. Stephanie says where that's at. Renee says, oh, looks neat, that convention program. Oh, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Brad says, then dang COVID messed everything up, LOL. It did for a lot of things, but honestly, it didn't. I still had my haunted house. I still had it. So, if people wanted to come out, they could. Tom says 7.5 drive from Oil City to Cheetown. I smell a road trip. Oh, there you go. There's nothing better than a road trip. Come on. Lasercorn says, agreed, Renee. My favorite UFO podcast is the Micah Hanks program, followed closely by podcast UFO by Martin Willis. Cool. I've never listened to those ones. I always listen to Coast to Coast. Stephanie says Cincinnati. Okay, all right. Because I thought that sounded very familiar, and it wasn't too far away. That's not that far away. All right, cool. But it is for Laser, who says, oh, a bit too far from me. Renee says, yeah, I was on Martin Willis earlier. Well, you were on the show? were you on there? Were you on the podcast? It's cool. Bonin says, I went to just one horror con dressed in an authentic Godzilla suit. Really? Damn thing weighed a ton. Hesse era, and it had a nozzle in the mouth that I could use to spray smoke out of the mouth. Where the heck would you have got an authentic Godzilla suit? That just sounds so cool. Do you still have it? How long ago was that? Was that I don't know, 30 years ago or so? Just wondering if you still had it. No, just talking to fellow chatters, Renee says. Oh, okay. So they have a chat thing like this going on, I take it. That's cool. But it says, long story short, that night didn't turn out well. Do you still have that costume? That's neat. Where the heck did you get that? Or did you rent it or something? I mean, I don't know if too many people would just have a Godzilla costume. That's cool, though. That would be really neat to have. Geez, and I thought the Jack Shadow one was a pain to get on. That one would be pretty uncomfortable, I would think. Yeah. But Renee says anime cosplay dressed like Robotech's Lin Minmay. Boy, I'll tell you what, some of the cosplay pictures that I see are so awesome. I think, like, I see some of these people, like, you know, dressed as like some of the superheroes and that, and I think I would actually like to see those costumes, you know, rather than the half the stuff they have now. I mean, I know that the stuff that they have now in the theater or in the in the movies is more practical. It's more realistic. They're going for that realistic look. But there's that big kid in me that just loves comics that would love to see the yellow and blue Wolverine costume, you know. Or we were talking about Electro, like we were talking about this stuff last week. Electro with the green and yellow costume with the zappy looking star in his face, you know. I would like to see that. I think that'd be cool. Or the Green Goblin. They haven't done. I have not seen a classic looking Green Goblin with the actual hat, you know, and the little pointed tip boots, and I would like to see that, you know, with an actual face that moves. Yeah, that cosplay, that's really something. Bonin says, I rented it. Wow, it was expensive. Wow. That'd be cool. How to get one just to walk around. Who would do that? I don't know. Rocky says, is there a Chiller Night next Tuesday? Yeah. Yeah, we'll have one next Tuesday. I plan on having the Chiller Night live every Tuesday, and then kind of the precursor to the Saturday show, because like we were doing, and to some of you who might be new on here, we were doing a pre-show from 8 to 9 on Saturday nights. It was Saturday nights for like over 4 years. And then, you know, it'd sign off the show. Good night, everybody. And then 9 o'clock began the programming. And I'll put the schedule back up so you can see what the programming is for this Saturday. But that was going on up until recently, like very recently. I think we just started that this month for Tuesdays, just because I was missing too many Saturday night shows. And I didn't want to completely do away with the show. So my only alternative right now was to pick a night during the week, such as Tuesday. The reason we picked Tuesday is because that was a night we were doing Chiller Chat. It was a talk show. I was having guests on the show, and we were talking about things like paranormal and you know, maybe having people on who, you know, were ghost hunters, you know, talking to me and sharing their experiences with me, or maybe an author who wrote, you know, a book on UFOs or horror or something like that, or maybe somebody who had been in a movie like we had. Helicopter Zombie from Dawn of the Dead, But over the years, it was an actual show in a studio, and then I got into doing it with the virtual set behind me, and people were calling in. But yeah, so that's why we just kind of picked Tuesday. It was a little easier and not all that unfamiliar for us here. Bonus says, yes, it was very uncomfortable. I really respect the suit man actors for what they go through. Yeah, can you they would have very long days, I would imagine. Tom says, I'm all about the old Ben Cooper masks. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, those were the little string band, little rubber band holding the face mask on. Bonin says, hey, Renee, did you hear from Glam Fangs? Renee said, where's she been? I haven't seen her, Bonehead. Well, I think Tom said one couple weeks back that she's not really able to join us on Tuesday nights like she was on Saturday nights. Renee says, maybe she fell asleep. Maybe. Brad says, it's because you were busy with a successful Chiller Zombie escape room. Well, and now I'm about to hopefully launch a new one, a second one. Brett says, how about a mall security guard? Yeah. Is that where? What time is it? Is that where you're at right now, there, Brett? You still at the mall tonight? Bonehead says, Cincinnati. Well, I got banned from there wherever I drove truck. LOL. What did you? You got banned in Cincinnati, huh? Tom says, Glams had said Tuesdays wasn't a good night for her. Work gets in the way. Ah, yeah. Bonehead says, Tom, I'm still trying to get a hold of her. Rocky says, Renee, how you doing? Well, let me put the schedule up for this Saturday. 9 p.m. The movie is Snow Beast. And again, that's Saturday, January 21st on Stream TV at streammedia.tv. The 9 o'clock movie is Snow Beast, followed by 10:40, Samson versus the Vampire Women. And then at 12:25, the movie is Jesse James meets Frankenstein's daughter. And at 2 a.m., the movie is Kill Baby Kill. So there that is. What was I going to? And I wanted to say again, Mandy was the winner of Mandy McDonald. Mandy McDonald is the winner of the Zombie Outbreak giveaway, the 2 free passes. So I'll be notifying her by email. So congratulations, Mandy, for winning the 2 free passes to Zombie Outbreak. Let's see, for a guest on the show. Oh, Brett says for a guest on the show, the mall car. I would, but I don't have Chiller Chat anymore. But hey, if you want to come on and do the show, what the heck? Sure. Yeah. Hey, have you heard of any creepy occurrences at the mall? Speaking of the mall, like, I don't know if you work overnight or anything like that, but I'm assuming you're there for quite a while while there's nobody else there. Have you ever had any spooky situations where something just wasn't right? That would be kind of cool. Renee says, doing good. Thank you, Rocky Johnson. Hope you're good too tonight. Bonus says, I'm going to get Facebook up and running soon. I'll figure it out, I hope. I hope you do. Renee says, Rocky Johnson was my favorite wrestler back in 1970. Tom says, I just messaged her on Facebook, Bone. That's the only contact I have for her. Renee says, he teamed up with Peter Mavia. Renee says, Richard says, so how can I watch your show? I'm in Indiana. All you have to do, Richard, is go to, you can see that up on your upper right, go to streammedia.tv streammedia.tv. That's Stream TV's site. And at 9 o'clock on Saturday night, this Saturday night, just go there and you'll see up at the top of the screen where it has an option to watch live. Just hit that, and that's how you can watch the programming. And so that is online every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So Brett says, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations to Mandy. Richard says, I'm really wanting to watch it. I hope you do. Thank you, Richard. Hope you enjoy it. Brett says, don't forget to watch ChillerNight at 9 p.m. on Stream TV. Absolutely. Rocky says, my nickname, Rocky, LOL. Bonin says, well, Miss Renee Cruz, if you're on CF this weekend, I may shout out to you. Don't worry, I will try not to embarrass you. Renee says, I used to watch him on AWA Wrestling Saturday Channel 44 KBHK TV. So we have some wrestling fans out here, huh? Oh gosh, I'm bringing that up with just a minute and a half to go, so I better not. But Bonehead says, Renee, how about Ivan Putski? I remember Ivan Putski. Heck yeah. Brett says, don't you live down by him? And his son Scott, right? Brett says, the overnight maintenance guys have heard many voices and noises. Oh! Uh-huh. I don't doubt it. That'd be creepy. Bonehead says, Bonehead, face, green, smiling. Renee says, I remember Ivan. He was buff. Yeah, he was a powerhouse. Bonehead says, yeah, Tom, that's the only contact I have for anymore. My old phone has broke the screen. I couldn't save her phone number. Richard says, thanks. I appreciate that. I'll be there Saturday. Renee says, I saw. Oh, great, Richard. I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Renee says, I saw Nature Boy Ric Flair versus Hulk Hogan at the Cow Palace when I was a kid. Oh, hey, if we might have to pick this some of that wrestling stuff up next Tuesday. Now you're getting me started, and it's 9 o'clock. So Renee says, thank you, Brian Hogue. Awesome live sci-fi horror show. Well, thank you. And wrestling is not so far off the chiller path here, because I will remind you, Samson versus the Vampire Women. We have El Santo. He is locked in mortal or immortal combat with the vampire women in that movie. So professional wrestler back in the day. So hope you get a chance to check it out. All of that good chiller stuff. So coming at you this Saturday night. Thank you, everybody, for joining me and each other here on the ChillerNight live online programming. So I will see you next week. Have a good night. Have a good ChillerNight. See you next Tuesday.